Hi mummies! Mother's Day is round the corner and today we are in the good company of 3 other mummies plus myself. I'm a mummy too, and we'll be talking about a little bit about motherhood, what it's like for each of us and how do we keep sane. Welcome on board the journey. So I'm a mummy of 3 as well, same as Amber. My oldest is 9 and then I have a 7 and I have a 2-year-old. Yeah, so in a way I resonate with some parts of your journey, especially you talk about being first-time moms. Yeah. You wanna share with us a little bit about how's it feel so far with young children at home?
It's a rewarding journey, but I would admit that especially at the start it's overwhelming. I mean, there is too much information that's on the internet. Everyone's telling you something different. Whatever you say or do, there is always the additional thing that, oh, but do you know this and that? So I find that very overwhelming. But at the end of the day, I've learned to just trust my intuition, just learn through the process. I think we were talking about this earlier on. I don't think there's a perfect way to learn a child.
I don't believe that there's a
we just want the best for our child. So at the end of the day, that's what we just do. What's best for our child.
So I agree with you, there's no right or wrong parenting. Everyone has his their own way, everybody's circumstances are different. So we just think with it along the way.
I think we really learn how to roll with the punches and just How about you, Nadia?
Since we're at this topic, I actually read about this quote that actually resonated very well with me. It says that parenting is the easiest thing to have an opinion about, but the hardest thing to do.
That's exactly
So I realized that ever since pregnancy all the way up to even right now when my son is 14 months old, people have been giving a lot of opinions like how you should do this, how you should not do this.
What you should do.
Yeah, correct. And when you want to do sleep train, they're like, no, you don't use sleep train, it's not good. But the baby had everything, no, it's not good. And things like that. So I think it's actually up to your personal, your individual circumstances, like you say. The dynamics of family is so different. So whatever works well for your child is good.
Motherhood has taught me that you just can't, you just have to be really flexible, and besides being extremely patient, I just really had to learn to let things go. Initially I started on baby-led weaning, right? I started on it. I really love it, but I'm doing a bit of a blend. So when she has congee and porridge, it's quite fun to feed hot stuff baby-led weaning. So then I let we do feeding for that, but people will be like, oh my god, that's not baby-led.
But funny how we go into motherhood with all these preconceived notions of how motherhood should be. It's very perfect in our mind, and I feel that it's a bit of self-inflicted pressure sometimes when you begin the journey. And then along the way, you just realize that just forget it, just roll with it. You can't be too perfect, because if you impose that, I felt that when I started off the same way. And then along the way, I learned to let go because I was beginning a very unhappy.
Yes.
I was like, this is not perfect. I used to be like the queen of negatives on top.
Oh my god, I'm the
in my
same.
mind, it's just you're not doing good enough. This is not right.
I really feel like it's that going back to the saying of parenting from a half-full cup or a full cup.
Yes.
So you've got to fill your own cup. Because sometimes other people don't know how to help you, right?
They're not my readers.
So only you know best how to kind of take care of yourself, right?
I'll do my 20 minutes bar workout, that's what I can afford right now, or yoga.
For me, especially when I'm mom of multiples, I don't think that I can just drop everything and take a day off. It's not possible for me. And even if I do it, I feel a lot of mom guilt to be honest. If I take a day off. So what I do
a few hours, I'm really
so what I do is now my strategy is just to take little pockets of time.
Yes.
When the baby goes to bed, okay, I'm going to dedicate 10 minutes just to read part of a book. And I just steal these little pockets of time within the day to do something I really like baking. It's just two pockets of time. And I think I manage it in a way that I feel that I don't have to take it on. I don't have to. So I think that keeps my sanity.
I've actually found that surprisingly when I get my day off, I don't know what to do. Because I'm so used to doing things for the family, with the family, and suddenly I'm lost. I've got 2 hours, what do I do with myself? And then after that, when the hour is gone, I'm like, oh gosh, I didn't do anything, and I'm not very happy with how I spent it and all that. So I realized I resonate a lot with things like pockets of time, exercise. I think moving the body is a very important part, because I think as parents, we do need to have energy. To keep up. Our children are young, but they're also very energetic, and they get more energetic. you know. So someone was saying that actually children are born with the energy of athletes. So you really have a bunch of athletes on your hands and they have so much potential. So I think a lot of parents who cannot keep up with the children will say, oh, my child's really like, fussy, high maintenance, rowdy. But I don't get to say that because my children are just really high energy, and so I exercise to just keep up with them. At the moment I find myself more fit and more energetic. They don't become rowdy to me. They become super fun. Yeah, and I just need to put them in the right space to like let them run free, like free range free range children. And it's like everyone is happy. So I think it's really about, we are all very resourceful, I find. Yeah, to find those little pockets of time to spend with ourselves.
I mean, I think exercise is also great for the mental health,
Yeah,
right? You feel better about yourself, your self-esteem and all that. Whatever works. I mean, if exercise is not your thing, you can always do other things that make you feel good about yourself.
Even just a walk or something. So what I do sometimes is to catch up with friends in the morning walk. So okay, I have to admit this, I cannot do one thing at one time. So that's my downfall. So, but children sometimes need us to be there, one thing at one time. But I can't, so I go for walks with a friend and I have a coffee. So I got 3 things done. It's like coffee, catch up, and exercise. Ding, ding. So I'm very much like that, and I recognize that and I've come to embrace that a bit more. So I used to think that you're crazy, like you want to do so many things. My husband's like, you're not stressed. I said, no, actually I feel more energetic that I've gotten all these
check
little
off
things.
Right?
Yeah.
Checked off the list.
So part of it is self-care doesn't look the same for everyone.
Yes,
It looks completely different, and to give ourselves permission to just allow us to be us, right? The way we like it. Yeah. So like for Nadia, do you have time for your own self-care?
Yeah, because I think that the main difference that I realized is that like last time, we probably when we were younger, we used to take very good care of my skin. Like for me, like I do like
good.
It's makeup. So it's like last time you can do like 10 step skincare, then you can do mask every night. Sheet mask is all over in my face, and then now it's like 2 step is actually very good. Like if I even have 2 step in the morning, I'll be very thankful. Yeah, most of the time I just wake up and I forget to wash my face because like I prepare breakfast, I have to do this, do that. It takes time, but try to find that routine that you used to have for yourself. Take good care of yourself.
I did have to adjust. Like I could no longer do my masking every other day. I still have my hot showers. So good. It feels so good, but it's not as like leisurely as before. But I still do that as part of my self-care. It's important to me, and I feel like I'm a better parent if I'm taking care of myself. I think one thing my husband said is, let me take care of you so that you can look after more of the So he focuses on so he focuses on me.
So if every husband thinks like that, the whole will be a better place. The priorities are always the stars. Every person thinks like this.
That's why I'm telling you.
Happy wife, happy life.
My husband doesn't take care of me, but he takes care of our child. So he will be like, he'll be very hands-on and he will just take over. So like I can sleep in later.
I think that really works as well.
But our complaint is like, where's our date night and where's things like that. Yeah, because after he came along, we almost never go out alone anymore.
Oh, you're right. It's a conscious effort to also take time out. It's important. The marriage is to keep it alive in this effort.
So what we also do, I mean, we used to do our nice dinners and all that. Now our date is just an hour out, coffee nearby, not even like a fancy cafe place that I can Instagram and all that. It's just, whatever is available.
I also think that for moms to keep sane, right? Sometimes it's also to acknowledge that we did the right things. I feel that we don't
Validation.
we don't praise ourselves. I feel that we are always so judgmental of, like, so critical of what we do. It's not can be better. It's very hard. And so sometimes just recognize that the effort we put is worthwhile. Celebrate the little victories.
That's a good point.
Celebrate the victories, like little things that you have. I managed to put the baby to sleep on time. It's a little victory. So if you start thinking like that, it will help.
Yeah, I have to agree. because I think everything is so fast paced now. It's like it's all about the next, what's next? What's my next celebration? What's the next big thing that I'm gonna do? But when actually the beauty is in all the little wins, like you said. Okay, today I went for a walk. With my daughter, for example. Yeah. So a lot of times I had to combine my both loves. So being my child, I cannot exercise because she might just walk to the river and I cannot. So it's like I'm doing my planks and then she's talking about the fishes, and so it's like little things like that, and I feel like I got my exercise, she got out more time. Yes. I think one of the biggest learnings I had, like this being a mother. Welcome to the conversation. Is that we actually 5 minutes sometimes is good enough. So Suna has been keeping me sane, which is what is my 5-minute habit. So it started with drinking water. It's like when we get so busy, I just don't drink water. Same. So then I work with a coach as well, and so she just said, have a 5-minute habit. So every time you feel like a loser in the day, you just go back to it. You've done the 5 minutes.
That's a good one. Yeah, whether it's drinking water, which or doing squats.
Exactly, 5 minute squats done. And usually, like, we never regret
Like pose.
Of doing post walk or workout, something along those
Or
lines.
even a stretch.
Yeah.
Or pull back, so talking about back pains and all that. Get backs.
Yeah, but for those of us who may or may not have a therapist, right? What do you do when you know that you're not okay?
I think meditation is one. And I think it just forces you to be quiet, whether it's a minute or 5 minutes. I think that is helpful.
Because for me, once I feel like
Bring
off,
off.
the anxiety or you just tune out. If I need that 5 minutes, I'll just take the 5 minutes. I'll cocoon in my hammock and I'll just tune out. Just want to be silent for a while, recalibrate, and then I come up feeling better.
Sometimes in a hot shower.
And it's also talking to people. I feel like bottling doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can, as much
women
as you try
especially.
to but I talk to my husband about it. He knows when he takes over.
I usually call my best friend.
Yeah.
But even though she's not a mom yet, so but I just rant to her. Then and I think it's also important that maybe at the end of the day, sometimes if let's say I'm feeling like I had a bad day or something and I'm very grumpy and negative about things, I just try to have this gratitude mindset. So I try to remind myself things that I'm grateful for. So I try to at least have 10 or 20. So I just count down when I'm very grateful for my husband, blah blah blah, whatever, and things like that.
So I think we've kind of shared how we manage, stress in our lives, like the low points and then the high points. Did we talk a lot about the high points? Because I know Amber's talked about celebrating the small wins, right?
I think that's great actually.
Yeah. Is there anything at this point that you really want to say that you're really proud of yourself? Like, good job. Really proud of myself for it.
Olivia's an eating machine.
Yeah.
I started her on baby led weaning. I mean, my husband was like, because I was reading up a lot on it. So before she started, I said she started reading it. And he's like, can you just start it because you've been researching it for a year. so now that to see her really enjoying food, to me that's a accomplishment. I mean, given aside the fact that she's literally but seeing her child happy, I think for me that's an achievement. Okay, a little pat on the back, I do as a parent.
Well done, Andrea.
Yeah, so that's I think celebrating the little victories is a really good one.
Before the video started rolling, we were talking about, I was telling them that I felt that motherhood feels like a video game. So it's different stages. Yeah, correct. It's like you fighting a king at this challenge, and then there's another challenge that you have to clear. So it's never ending challenge. So each time I clear a challenge, it's okay, he started eating already. Okay, he started walking. Okay, now he's running, he's climbing. Oh, I need to lock the windows. That kind of thing. Yeah.
That's good. So seeing it as a very fun part of your journey, it's not a destination, right? It's not like when you reach this age, I'll be fine and I will enjoy myself. It's not that. I will enjoy as we go along, right? I'll play this game, with my child, growing up together.
And I think one thing I've been actually quite good at is not comparing her milestone progress with other babies, because they're quite. I mean, a lot of the moms on my Instagram, the babies are the same age as Olivia, and I've managed to not the baby's already sitting up on her own. So I think that makes you happier, because if you start to compare, then you're gonna get upset again.
Oh
Like,
yes.
stress, like, why is my baby not?
Oh my goodness, like double layer comparison. Mom
Correct,
compares
yeah,
with mommy,
and
and then
then
you start
they-
compare your
yeah,
children.
so-
What
yeah,
else
so-
want to compare?
So
Husbands,
don't
things.
do that. Don't do that. Yeah.
Parents.
Yeah.
I think they all get lesson. So
Yeah.
whether they do it now or not, they all get
At their
lesson.
own-
They
at their own
have
time.
At their own time, you know, every baby is different.
Is that something you want to appreciate yourself for?
Yes, I mean, looking at 5 years back when I had my twins, right, up to now, I feel like now my parenting I'm very happy that I'm able to achieve this together with my husband. Like, you know, things that used to frustrate me so much, now we just laugh about it. It just comes naturally, we just laugh. We just make a joke out of it, and then, you know, things get by so much easier. So I inject humor in my parenting. I mean, we managed to do that, and I feel that it's become a way of my life, you know.
But that's it. I like to celebrate myself. Yeah, I'm gonna share with all of you mommies. I like to celebrate myself for coming into my own identity a bit more in this space, because I was always somebody's mother,
Yeah.
somebody's wife, somebody's daughter-in-law, and I lived that for a long time, and it didn't make me happy. So I think this year was coming out for myself. In a way, the pandemic allowed me to really just reset. I reset as well internally. So I'm very happy to be here to share all your stories together, and hopefully to meet more like-minded mummies. As you mentioned, the community is there.
Yeah.
And
Positive minds.
Yeah.
Positive
to
mindset.
meet more of you out there. Yeah. Thank you, mummies. So is this like a wrap with a bow?
Thank you.